Can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium in the home of the Auburn Tigers. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another team from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. The give to the tailback. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Thorne. Quickly to the tight end.
I tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
2nd and short now after that completion. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
On the move. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Well, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. Plows through the defense. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And it makes it so hard on the defense trying to stop these guys because they're not just throwing it to wide receivers in the passing game. They've got a huge weapon here at tight end, and he just shows you how difficult he is to bring down after the catch.
They're setting up the screen. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get...
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on third down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This should be the last play of the quarter. The run to the left. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Running back searching for a hole. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The last time these two clashed in the Iron Bowl, it was the Tide winning a classic.
And the Tide have done a great job in recent history of owning Auburn. Doing a great job of winning this series, but they respect them every single. They know they won last year, but every year there's a healthy level of respect for this Auburn Tiger team.
Yeah, and I think back to last year's game for Alabama, it was their best players making the big plays late in the game, and this game this year is littered with game changers on both sidelines. Both Auburn and Alabama have the guys that can break this game wide open, so we're going to see a great one here.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense set on first down. He's going to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. The RPO fired complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Dang, that's not a pick.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll run it on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on second and goal. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion.
Yeah.
And he
is
stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
But when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
He took a hit as he flew it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Absolutely perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making.
Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Got some room to run. Running inside the 20. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The pick, the return, and the offense will be threatening. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. With the run on first and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Scanning the field, it's Thorne. Coming after it. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break.
Oh, yeah.
And it's no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Henderson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes that Alabama offense. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Lofts one high and deep. Brings it down on the right side. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Alabama! And that one will give them the lead.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Simmons. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
To the air. It's Thorne. Throws to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. It's caught. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown tie. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. He'll bring it out.
Oh,
it's
Devon, he wasn't going to speak.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there.
Going to take a shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing and going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Back to throw. It's Thorne. Flushed out of the pocket. Wide open downfield. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Auburn lines up quickly.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Well, that's the second pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. And listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well. And you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
Wants to fire on second down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He'll take another shot here. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
We've just seen in this game, the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man, it's Thorne. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Bama! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And he puts through the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6.
What happened to the Chargers?
Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line.
From what?
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line.
All right, just take it.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. He'll start this drive firing. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
But this shit. Why you can't order them and I just see the money?
1st down to start the drive after the break.
Huh? I just said I'm
motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. From the gun, the ground game. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Thorne. Trying to get to it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the stomping has commenced. Getting set for the point after.
I said woke up and got the driver.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35 to 10. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Then I took the dog out, came
bounces
back,
through the end zone, and
worked
touchback,
out in the house,
bring it out
then
to the
went
25.
outside and worked out at the garage.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking deep down the right side. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Hunter. He breaks a tackle. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air, it's Thorne. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. The 50. He's at the 40. Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will kick it away first. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. Throws for the tight end. He makes a catch. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, it looked like that might be the first touchdown of the game, but what a great job by the defender, seeing the football and swatting it away.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on 3rd down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked off.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Buckeyes want to move quickly.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incomplete.
Fires the pass. Intercepted. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama!
And the free safety roaming the middle of the field, and you can see just reading the quarterback's eyes. And how about the break on the football, taking a great angle to pick it off and then do some damage and make the big play for this defense to score some points.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Ballard. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Power football with the run. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass.